Well, I guess we're live now. Um, it's like I just the name of the title is Let's Play Whack a Perp, right? Um, Depending on what kind of perp you're trying to identify, like the cyber stalker perp or the street stalkers, in the groups, whatever, depending on what type of perp you're trying to identify, they're going to identify themselves for you, pretty much. Like ferrets. I don't have one, but I like ferrets too, because they kind of stink, but they're cool. They're smart. They're really smart.
Sister had them.
Yeah, my sister had a bunch of them. Well, actually, they were her husband's, but yeah.
Who do you want to bet made them?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, probably she did. But anyway, it's like whack the perps. It's like I've been noticing more and more that everybody in this I guess we'd call it a community. Call it a community, the TI community. I guess you would want to call us a community. Just like I don't know, bashing on each other. I mean, like, oh, you don't. What evidence are you showing, or what? How it's just like. It's like, no, oh, why are you being a perp to me? Blah 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 blah. And it's like, look. I've said this before and probably will again about, but if we people that are being targeted keep fucking putting each other in the doghouse, well, the gang stalkers aren't going to have to do shit. They're just going to have to sit back and watch and go, ha ha ha, look at the dumbass targets fucking accusing each other of being perps and shit. Doesn't make any sense, but that's the way it seems like it's going on. I mean, I remember a long time ago when we used to have maybe last year, probably more than last year, we would have a panel of more people, and we talked about this, about how making jokes out of each others plight and whatnot, and putting their video up on your channel and saying this and that about it, which we were doing quite a bit, and looking at other targeted individuals. I flat out said, I said, this shit isn't right doing this, because all these videos and shit being made about each other, we're not focusing on who we should be focusing on, and the gang stalkers. So it's like I was just saying, I said it back then, when the TI start screwing each other over, the gang stalkers aren't going to have to do shit. If if targeted individuals are, you know, suspecting other targets, which, you know, I mean, understand, but the gang stalkers aren't going to have to do shit but just sit there and laugh at us. Oh, the death licks. The death licks of the pit bull. Yeah, my dog does that too. He's a little miniature pincher.
He sounds like he's leaking right now.
He'll lick you to death. But
Doing that.
I don't know. Yeah.
He sounds like he's leaking.
He's got his nose in the side of the couch, so yeah, it's amazing. No, I just don't. I don't understand it. I don't understand why the hell it's got to be this way. I don't understand why. On another note, if you show your face in somebody else's channel, someone else is gonna be hating on you for fucking showing up and, you know, and commenting on their video or commenting in their chat or whatever. You're gonna oh, I'm getting hate from, you know, I'm getting hate from you now because I talked to this person and this person, or I talked to that person. This is the fucking internet, right? At least I think it's the internet. And it's not like we all live in the same town, in the same neighborhood, and on the same block, and you're confined to who you can be in contact with. I mean, for a while there, it was like, oh, Will's a perp, Alice was a perp, fucking Billy Shiba is a perp, everybody fucking Sheldus is a perp, UC's a perp, everybody fucking saying Jenya's a perp, Angel's a perp, I'm a perp. Fucking, it's like, really? So, if we're all fucking perps, who the hell are we fighting with? Who are we trying to stop to get harassing us? If we're all fucking perps, right? What is the point of me sitting here and complaining about being fucking harassed and threatened and shit? What's the point of that then? If no one's doing it but us to each other, which is the way the gang stalkers would have you believe, that no one's perping you, no one's harassing you, no one gives a fuck about you. How can that work? How does that work? How is that going to succeed? I don't see it. So first off, perp's gonna, like it says at the bottom there, perp's gonna make itself obvious that they're a perp. Like I said that, and they're patent perps. Definitely says, yeah, of course they're gonna tell you you're a perp. They're a perp. Have them come in here willing to get on the live with me that are perping, and you know they're perping with the attitude and whatnot. So I don't know. There's other shit that has nothing to do with being targeted. Like, it seems like the the propensity to not like somebody because, like I said, they they were watching someone else's channel, or they were talking to someone that you don't exactly identify with, right? You just say you don't like them, you hate them, just say it. That's some ridiculous shit. I mean, this, like I said, this is fucking internet. So, if you're gonna sit there and hate on somebody because of what they said in your chat, like right here, like, you know, all of a sudden someone's gonna start jumping on Heyman because I ain't got no ferrets, I got dogs, and it's just, this is real shit that happens in other channels that I go in and just make a mundane fucking indescript comment, and all of a sudden the entire chat is like throwing fucking rocks at you and shitting on everything you say after that. Or if you have one obnoxious asshole that has a little bit of influence on others, will rally people that, never even fucking talk to you to their cause, which is some other bullshit. But yeah, as far as whack-a-mole, how do you whack them when they don't pop their head out of the hole? That's what I'm trying to say. I mean, they're more than happy to encroach on you, right, and let you know they're a perp to you, but not in a public setting, like I was talking about last week on the line with if us targets are all such fucking horrible people, why do you have to do this to us in secret? If I or so and so is the worst person you've ever met, which that's the shit that they say to you, they're gonna kill you, they hate you, then why are they afraid to voice their disdain for you in public? I personally, if I think you're a prick, I'm gonna fucking tell you you're a prick right to your face. I'm not gonna beat around the bush and hide behind your back and try and rally people that you associate with against you, like some of these fucking assholes on here. I'm not gonna do that. But that's just me. That's just me. Anybody watching have any comments on how exactly do you identify your perps? Have they, made themselves shiny and ruffled their feathers in front of you like the peacock dance, doing the peacock dance, or are they sneaky? Are they doing it underhanded so you know it? How is it? What is your experience with the the perp, and how have you defined between someone being a perp and not a perp? Is it because of what they know? I mean, obviously, as a target, I know quite a bit about being targeted and how the fucking gang stalkers work. But even with that, still, I can't 100% certain look at somebody and talk to them and no, oh, that's a perp, instantly. It's not like there's Dr. Seuss with the sneetches and stars, the star insignia, and showing that you're a perp on your fucking chest. Or it's not like the sneetches popping out of the machine that you can act. Oh, there's the identifier. Oh, They got a badge. There's their badge. I'm a perp badge. They don't have that shit, right? No, they don't. No one's gonna walk around with a I'm a fucking scumbag stalker, you know. My name's Dave or Doug or she. You know, they're not gonna have a name tag saying I'm a perp, right? So how do you whack a perp? I just thought, I know it's kind of silly, but it's just something I was thinking about. That they're usually in your chat, and they're usually talking to you. And usually they're saying something that, you know, it's just superfluous in a joking type manner, but with undertones of, yeah, you know what they're saying to you is, you know, a dig, or they're jabbing at you about something. And for the most part, when they're asking you all kinds of just like mundane questions, like how do you feel about weed, or how do you feel about, you know, this political view, come on, really, that shit is unimportant, but to them it is, because it gets them a little bit of your attention, and you elicit a response and blah blah blah. Then they can say, oh, this he feels this way about Trump, or he feels this way about Biden, or he feels this way about, you know, this topic, or oh, he's not against the gays, or he is against the gays, or, you know, that kind of shit. And it is always by design to later reprimand you like the thought police, right? Sort of like the thought police, because of the way you feel, your emotional behavior, blah, blah, blah. Now, like I was saying, in my experience, with it, perps flat out let you know who they are. They're obvious, like it says down there, they're obvious with it. They don't, unless, of course, they have, you know, they want to get to be your friend, so they get close to you, and then they can fuck you over from the inside, which they'll do that. And you can see that too. You can see them too when they do that. Like I said, this is not really a rant stream, not really a high tension topic. It's not make or break scenario. It's just kind of like, how do you deal with your perps? And how do you, I mean, when you realize that someone's perping you, how do you handle them? Do you do like they do? Like, do you call them names, or do you start asking them stupid questions? I've been known to do that. I'll ask them stupid questions to the perps, you know, and by stupid I mean a question that they're going to be like, oh, if I answer that, what, you know, it's going to be like my poll, whereas yes, you have a choice, no, you do not have, yes, you don't have a choice, or no, you don't have a choice. Basically, whatever answer you give is going to be a nail in your coffin. That's the way they do it. That's the way they try to do it. And usually when they ask you a question which seems mundane, they already have an idea what the answer is. They just want to hear you say it, so that they can, like I said, reprimand you about it later. Um, like I said, I got my link up here in the description. And I don't really care who comes up here. I don't. That's not my goal to only talk to certain people that I've talked to. Like you get some channels that they have the same 4 people on no matter what, or same 2 people or 3 people. That's fine. I don't have a problem with that. But sometimes having a fresh perspective makes for a change, a decent change. Like last week, we had quite a bit of fun because we had a couple perps on the panel, and they weren't first of all, Muddy does not hide that he's perp. He perps. He doesn't hide. You don't hide that shit. He doesn't. He has fucking 50 sock accounts, but he doesn't hide that shit. Like fuckers in the comic book community where I originally on YouTube was introduced to being targeted. They don't. They try to hide they pretend to be goody two shoes, little great people that all friendly, nice, wonderful, but in the background they're sticking the fucking knife up your ass. And we have that right here, right now, right on YouTube, doing shit. Same, right, not just that community. Pretty much all over all of YouTube, that kind of shit goes on. Where the clicks, if you do not conform, or what do you say, become one of us, or part of my group, our group, then you're the enemy. You're the fucking enemy, no matter what. Whether you did shit to these irrational scumbags or not. Me personally, I don't see how that's acceptable behavior, but that's what we have. But needless to say, I don't know exactly how it started. I don't know what moron fucking had the epiphany to, hey, let's gather up in groups, ha ha ha, and make fun of people, and we'll create these websites like lolcows, or and we'll make fun of people and try and fuck their lives over and blah blah blah. Whoever the first idiot was that decided to get a domain name and do that with it, or the first person that realized, hey, I can gather 4 people or 3 people that we all feel the same, and anybody that we don't like, and we can fucking recruit everybody that comes to our channel to join in the hate and the fun of harassing someone for no other reason than they said, I don't like the color blue. Blue sucks. Oh, but we love blue. Blue's our thing. That shit. I'm not playing that fucking game with you fuckers. I'm not playing that game with you fuckers. Sorry. I don't know. I just it gets old and repetitive, and it's like, I think I got over that shit when I was in fucking like the 3rd grade. these are fucking grown ass adults doing this shit. These are grown ass adults acting like they're on the, you know, elementary school fucking playground in their little cliques. And I don't get it. I don't get it. Or is it getting you girls? Does it get you laid? Does do you feel like, you know, you're a bigger person because you're grouping up on someone that might be a little different than you with, you know, your friends? Oh, that's the thing, isn't it? You get a ego boost out of that shit because everybody's sucking your dick, right? Is that what it is? No, I'm not pointing this in any one person's direction, okay? I'm not pointing this in nobody's direction. This is just, you know, just in general, how some of the people on YouTube are just fucking assholes, right? Um, although I could point, you know, in some directions, but I'm not about to do that because that just exacerbates, that makes the assholes pucker up of the people you're pointing fingers at. And then it goes on, gets worse, and then you're pointing more fingers at the other guy, and then the other person is pointing back at you. And pretty soon you've created this big fucking void between all these people, and now they're arguing and everybody's hating on each other because, oh, you said that, you said this, you said that about my fucking dog, you said this about my kid, you said that about my job, you said this about my lifestyle. You know what? Worry about your fucking own lifestyle. If it bothers you so much that a motherfucker is talking about your lifestyle, why the fuck are you here? Why are you on YouTube broadcasting it like it's a goddamn news program? If it's so important for you not to have people talk about you, why the fuck are you doing that? The only reason I'm here is because people are fucking with me, or fucking with me without having to talk about people. So, I got better things to do than that, than to devise new fucking fresh hells for someone that I can't fucking stand. I prefer to just say, you know, fuck that guy or that girl and move on and let them fucking rot in, you know, the pants they fucking got mad in. I mean, it's all relative, right? We're all relatives here, relative to each other. Speak of one of the devils. Um, you can possibly give a little bit of respect to the person you hate, even though you know you don't want to. But the reason I say that you can give them a little respect because they've got under your skin enough that you're spending 30 hours a week making videos talking shit about them, or you spend most of your free time trying to find things that they've said, following them, whatever they've fucking done or whatever they've said on YouTube, so you can make a video about it. Make a meme. Oh, I gotta follow this motherfucker around so I can find something to use and make a meme about them so they look stupid. Get the fuck out of here, child. Fucking child. Oh, I'm quite all right. How are you? I've never really asked you that before. How are you? Are you mental? I mean, are you okay? She's tied up in your basement. Okay. That's cool. As long as it's consensual and she wants to be tied up in your basement, that's fine, dude. As long as it's consensual, right? If she appreciates that and she likes being tied up in your fucking basement, who am I to judge? Now, if she's, doing that and shit and trying and screaming for help, maybe it's probably not the best course of action for you to do that, to tie somebody up in your basement.
Because you can.
Just because you can tie her up in your basement doesn't mean you should, right? So, for the most part, though, this whack-a-mole shit, just whack a perp, whatever, whack-a-mole shit. Grow up, grow up, grow the fuck up. I mean, most of the people I see doing that shit, you fucking 40s, my age. You're fucking not 13, and this isn't fucking preschool. Shit, grade school.
But, 13 or grade school. Well, that'd be pretty sad.
Well, yeah. Well, okay, grade school. I meant to say grade school, elementary
13
school.
In grade school would be pretty sad.
Yeah, since you should be junior high. But, anyway, that's not my point. My point is the playground bullshit that's going on here. Like, I mean, the last I heard, adults don't do that shit, but maybe that's the new thing, right? That's the new thing for adults to act like they're in grade school and group together and try and fuck people over for no reason other than because they can, because they feel like they're cool. Yeah, that may be, but maybe you should start acting like it. The only other thing I can say is, as far as the whacking of perps, for the most part, the people that should be playing whack a perp aren't doing it. And by that, I mean law enforcement types. I mean, I was just looking at YouTube the other day, and it's a 2-year-old video. The girl has 4.4 million views on it. She was being followed by somebody right down the street. She got followed for several blocks. She was filming it with her fucking cell phone. Right? And she walked up to some people and was talking to them. Hey, this fucker's following me, you know, blah, blah, blah. But then the guy turns around and they went and tried to talk to him and he's kind of trying to get away. For all intents and purposes, this is the same type of videos. These are the same type of videos when people are telling you that people are harassing them and threatening them. I don't personally. I'm not saying it because, you know, I want views or I want subs or I want sympathy. I'm saying it because I want this shit to stop. And I would hope that, you know, being stalking, threats, and harassment, regardless if I'm a man or a fucking woman or a teenager or a child, the representation should be the same, that it's wrong to do, and that it shouldn't, like last week, like I was saying, if it's so condoned, you know, come on, really? Um, um, but what I was getting at is someone, for the most part, a rational thinking human is not going to tell you that they're being threatened, harassed, and stalked and having their life ruined and they're being attacked for gain. I mean, I'm not monetized. I'm not begging you for donations. I don't have a Cash App. I'm not saying fucking send money to my PayPal or I can't do this anymore. I don't give a fuck about that. If I couldn't do it, I wouldn't do it. But when someone's telling you that this shit is happening, and I'm not the only someone when there's fucking hundreds, maybe you should pull your head out of your ass just a small fucking, just a little bit and look around. Maybe, right? I mean, just look around a little bit. Pull your head up just for a minute and look around. So that way, and you have your hammer ready so you can, you know, be ready to whack, you know, whack a perp, right? Be ready to whack a perp, and, you know. And another thing that really kind of bugs me about it, this isn't a comedy. This isn't a joke. This isn't it's not it's not it's not someone saying, hey, you know, I need friends, so I'm gonna pretend I'm being persecuted. Fuck that. I, for one, I've been sitting here doing this for, you know, doing these fucking videos, recording the electronic harassment, researching the technology that these scumbags are using, the tactics that they use as a group, to raise awareness and to maybe get it to stop one day. Not because I want this to go on forever. Yeah, every target wants this to go on forever, right? Bullshit. This is not that syndrome where, you know, you secretly want your assailant to, you know, to do more. don't know what the fuck do they call that syndrome? I can't remember the name of it. Stockholm syndrome, right? Where you're in love with your attacker, right? I mean, all I can say is when someone tells you that they're being harassed, do you laugh at them? When someone tells you that they're being stalked, threatened, do you laugh at them? Do you act like in real life like you do right here in the chat on YouTube? Do you act like that? Do you laugh and say, "Ha, nobody's stalking you. Ha, why would anybody do that?" Do you do that shit? Do you do that shit to people to their face? Really? Do you fucking scumbags do that? Is that you think that's acceptable behavior for a rational thinking human being, feeling human on this planet, to demean someone that is trying to get your help into obscurity? Is that what this is? Is that your goal? Let's say hypothetically, that I know for one, you say you're 22 years old. If you had a daughter and she came home and told you she was being harassed at school and stalked and threatened, what would you say? Would you laugh at her? Would you tell her, "Oh, it's okay, just go back to school, don't worry about it, nothing's happening, none of this is going on, people aren't doing this to you"? You're not being demeaned, you're not being defamed, you're not being threatened, harassed, not your identity's not being slandered, right? None of that's happening, right? You're gonna tell them that. What then? It gets a big old smile on your face and say, "Get the fuck out of here." Now, I say that because get the fuck out of here in chats with that shit. All of you, get the fuck out of chats with that bullshit. If you're not going to actually try and comprehend rational thinking, don't even fucking talk. Really. I mean, I for one don't think that any other target other than myself, because I'm not going to do this, is going to sit here and keep talking about this shit if it wasn't really happening. I'm not going to spend fucking months and months and months trying to raise awareness for something that doesn't fucking exist. Get serious. Really? So, there's a lot of people, not just me, that are being accosted by these groups of scumbag people. They're not demons. They're not fucking aliens. They're not witches. Forget all that shit. Get the fuck out of here with that shit. You're not chosen. You're not fucking elect. None of that bullshit. They're just shitty people that play on your emotions and use other shitty people to help them. It's not a game. You're not gonna win anything. You're not going to be the number one target and get a prize. All that bullshit. Fucking the gang stalkers will tell you that they're police, they're the FBI, they're CIA, they're sanctioned to do this shit. Bullshit. Bullshit. If they had any kind of backing like that, they wouldn't be pretending that it doesn't exist, for one thing. And they wouldn't be trying to degrade and defame all the people that it's happening to. You didn't hear the government say, oh, all you guys in Cuba, all you diplomats in Cuba that were being, accosted by electronic weapons and coming down with this mysterious illness. You didn't fuck with them like that. You didn't fuck with nobody saying, oh, you're crazy. You immediately fucking offered them medical attention and therapy if they needed it, and fucking downtime pay. But we're the citizens that are telling you the same shit is happening to us, but we're fucking crazy, right? So by all terms, and being equal, so are those motherfuckers. But they're not. And we're not. Oh, Harrison Briggs. Imagine who that might be. That could probably be Muddy. So what's up, Muddy?
Hello.
Yeah, what's going on?
Who's Muddy?
Who's Muddy?
Yeah, who's that? Do you know who that is? Because I have no clue.
Well, he's out there. He's out there in the chat.
Is he actually?
Yeah.
What's his name? Is it Muddy? Oh, is that? Yeah, that's him. I think, right?
Yeah.
The guy with the big red on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. How you doing
the
today,
orange
Scott?
M.
Yeah, I don't know who that is, but how you doing today?
You don't know who that is? Well, he says he stalks you.
Who?
What do you know? You're Harrison Briggs, right?
I don't know who. Nigger.
Right. You think that's funny shit. You think that's funny, don't you, child?
I love you, Z. I love you, Muddy. Nigger.
Listen to that. Do you see what I mean? It's just fucking retarded, like 12-year-old children. Yeah. Of course, that's one of his friends, and with the racist slurs, always with the racist slurs, right? So you see what I mean about how these fucking children think that this bullshit is funny. That this is your YouTube, motherfuckers. This is your YouTube with these redundant fucking morons that pull this shit. But it's not happening, right? But it's not happening. They don't frequent your channel. They don't make stupid comments. They don't impersonate people. They don't come up and, intone racial slurs like that. They don't disrupt your fucking chat. They don't threaten people, and they don't do any of that shit, right? They aren't a group that fucking travels around with each other and fucks with people, right? They aren't a group like that, right? I mean, right here, more than once, more than one show, more than one channel, more than one person, more than one target. So go ahead and spout your shit that gang stalkers don't exist and none of this shit's happening. Fucking idiots aren't coming in here and disrupting your channel. They aren't fucking disrupting your life, your existence, right? They're not doing just what they just did, right? They didn't come up here and pretend like you don't know what you're talking about, but then comes off with some racial bullshit. Blah blah blah. But yeah, they don't do that every fucking week, right? They don't do that every live. The same shithead redundant idiots that you'd have coming into your place, your space, to disrupt things. For what? Because he thought that was funny. And we're done. Fucking idiot. But yeah. Targeted individuals don't have a reason to be annoyed. Don't have any evidence to back up what's happening. I mean, fucking, I don't have to have it. They bring it. They bring it for me. I don't have to have it. They bring it into the front of my house. They bring it into the fucking grocery store. They bring it to the fucking SoCal Edison by fucking tampering with your address 9 times. They fuck with your driver's license. Don't tell me this shit don't happen. Fucking like you got a straight face. Oh, this is not happening. No one's doing this to you. Nobody, right? Nobody. Well, here we got another person. Well, we did. I guess he decided not to come in. But anyway. His device is not connected, so I guess you're not coming in, Floyd George. For the most part, possibly, you've had someone that you know close to you tell you the same shit that I'm telling you. How did you respond to them? Did you laugh at them? Did you say they're schizo? Did you say get therapy? Did you say no one's doing this to you? Did you say all that shit? Did you say gang stalking doesn't exist? Did you say that shit? Did you? With the straight face. I wouldn't do that to you. Bullshit. Anyway, Floyd, you keep trying, but your device is not connected. You need to connect your microphone and your camera, or you can't come in here. That's better. And that is Silverberg.
Hey, what's up, man? How you doing?
I'm okay. What's your story?
I've been on your show before. We talked for some time.
Did we?
Yeah, it's been a couple of months.
Oh, okay.
We talked about my situation for about an hour and how I continue to be severely targeted.
Yeah.
And
so what kind of targeting are they? V2K, remote neural monitoring, street theater harassment, identity tampering, mail fraud, what?
I get major human. Basically, anytime I go out, I'm stalked.
Directed conversations and shit.
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah. You're getting the street theater. That's what you're getting, right?
Yeah, but the thing is, I'm getting really hardcore military looking type individuals that are trying to intimidate the hell out of me every time I go out in the street.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. It's been going on for 3 years.
Yeah, I've been dealing with them for about 4 years now, so yeah, I can understand that.
Do you go out?
It's fun, isn't it? Well, I go wherever the fuck I want. I don't let them bother me.
Do you get?
I mean, I don't go out for the most part. I go to the grocery store. I go to the fucking smoke shop, but to get my gas, go to the grocery store. But no, I don't. I don't go to movies and shit. Who can afford that?
Are you harassed?
Right here, sitting right here by neighbors. Yeah, Floyd. You have to have a camera and a microphone, or you just can't come up, dude. It won't do it. You can't do anything. Sorry, Floyd. You gotta have a device that you can speak into and you can hear from at least. Yeah. So yeah. I do think I remember you talking about that once. About you being in the military too, right? Silverberg. Are you there? Did you drop off or something or what? I don't know if you're talking or not. If you are, I can't hear you. Doesn't say your mic's muted or anything.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I hear you now.
Sorry about that. Yeah,
Did you say you were in the military?
That's correct. I had another profile, and
I remember. I think I remember right. You said it started after you were discharged, not long after you were discharged, that they started targeting you, right? Am I wrong? I think you said that. No, he dropped off anyway. If he comes back on. We'll give him a minute. Maybe he can come back on. Jump back up. There. Ah, Floyd has this thing going. Hi. You don't have a microphone connected though. You have your mic muted.
Hey, what's up, nigga?
Yeah.
What's up, nigga?
Ain't nobody one of those in here, man.
What's up, nigga?
All right. Is that going to be the extent
Shut
of
up,
your?
nigga.
Is
Shut
that
up,
going to be
nigga.
the extent of what you're
Shut up,
talking
nigga.
about, moron?
Shut your mouth, nigga.
Shut up, 3-year-old.
no, we connected on. Sorry about that. We connected on.
That's okay.
We connected on Facebook, and you basically just said, if you ever see me online, drop a line. So it's a Friday night. I figured I'd just drop a line, say hello, and.
Well, you see what I got to deal with. The I don't know. Low forehead idiots coming in here. Hi, Faith. How's it going?
Wow.
See what I mean? How they impersonate other people. That's someone else. That's someone else's name they were using to come in here and be kindergarten playground idiots.
Wow, that was crazy.
No, that's normal. That's normal for Friday here. If you don't hear the N word from some stupid motherfucker at least once, I'm not doing something right.
I remember that. I remember hearing, and I know who it was.
Yeah, he's in here, and he's got his little butt buddies in here with him.
But he definitely started yelling the N-word out of nowhere.
Yep, that's their thing. They think it's cool. These are the people that inhabit our world.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
But we're the ones being targeted. The rational thinking humans are the ones being targeted. Not the ones that, you know, that act like they don't have a brain in their fucking head, right? The criminal element of our society, because regardless of the attitude, that kind of shit is, you know, that's unacceptable behavior, right? Right? I mean,
Oh, sure.
Say that in the street and see how quick it is before you get your fucking teeth knocked out, right? But
What's that Nerve Gorilla character?
oh, yeah, that guy's a piece of work too. But here's another person. We'll see if this is really targeted Patton, which it isn't. We'll give him 2 seconds.
I'm gonna shoot a nigger in the head.
See what I mean?
Jeez.
Retarded. Erdon Kambot.
Is there anybody on here that's
that's his name, Erdon Kambot. That's his YouTube
He says the
identifier, the authenticated name he goes by. See, I can see that. Huh?
So he used the N-word. You scold him using the R word.
Oh, what? What R word?
Figure that's better.
What R word?
Which one are you using?
Oh, I don't know. I won't use it anymore. Sorry. Yeah, that is wrong, I guess. Saying the R word in response to the N word. You're right. That's wrong. So how's it going today, Silverberg?
It's terrible.
Terrible. Yeah, I feel your pain. I wish I could do something for you. I mean, I wish I had, you know, a magic wand where I could just, you know, permanently mute or turn off gang stalkers, you know, like a remote control switch that could shut them the fuck up, you know. But yeah. Oh, he dropped again. Yeah, I wish there was more people like me that wishes that they could get them to shut up, because then maybe somebody would actually do something about these stupid assholes.
So
no one will.
I'm sorry
about that.
I keep.
That's all right.
Yes, all right. But like here, I'll tell you what happened. I go. I'm staying with a friend in Northern California. And I decided to drive 2 miles down the street to go to a Mexican restaurant that I like to go to, and then the supermarket next door. So I get to the Mexican. I sent a text to my friends saying that I'm going to go to the store. So immediately they know I'm going there because, you know, I sent the text. So I get to the Mexican restaurant and it's prepped with these very, very intimidating looking military, plainclothes military type individuals.
Well, first off, is where you're at near a military base. I mean, 5 miles, 10 miles.
No.
Well, then you shouldn't have that type of people around, right?
No, I'm a serious.
It's not like they're going to go to the won't go to the commissary. They're not going to leave the base to go, to Walmart.
I think my case is a little bit more serious. I also believe I spotted a command vehicle in the parking lot. This shaded out, like, high tech looking minivan looking thing with tinted windows all over the place, and comm gear on the roof of it.
Yeah.
And then of course I go in, and the lady who owns the restaurant, when I walk in, is like terrified when she sees me, and I get my burrito. There's directed conversation going on the table next to me about Afghanistan.
Uh-huh.
Guy walks in with a ladder to do work on the inside of the restaurant while I'm eating, working on fixtures. Just turns
Uh-huh.
the whole experience into a nightmare.
One second. I'm gonna see if this is actually Christina Marie, and then if it isn't, gonna bust their asses out of here. Hi, Christina.
Hey, did you just see my live? Me and you were doing a live at the same time.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, I
But
just got off right now, dude. How are you?
good. How are you?
Well,
Normal day. Stalker shit
I,
every day.
yeah,
So
it was a
continue with your.
long, long freaking day, dude.
Yeah. What
Yeah, it was pretty long.
I want to hear about it, but let me finish hearing what Silverberg's saying about his altercation with stalkers today.
Okay.
Go ahead,
No, so I
Silverberg.
finished the so it's the restaurant has been the owner of the restaurant has been briefed by the military, whoever these people are. And when I walked in to order the food, she looked at me like I was a criminal,
Yeah. Well, yeah. I get you.
And
Yeah.
I was the whole place was packed with agents. They took over the restaurant.
Yeah.
And had me
So
surrounded.
you were getting the mobbing.
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah, I used to get that, dude.
By very intimidating looking individuals.
Right.
Um.
So there you go. You should have had your whack a perp hammer, right? That you can go around and perp 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 perp, but you can't do that. I mean, right? But
Yeah,
yeah, go
because
ahead.
that would have been the law enforcement would have been involved, and I would have been going to jail.
Right. Well, of course, they're gonna yeah. Mm-hmm.
And that's the intent, right?
Well, they want you to cause a scene or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
It's
I
by
came. I
design.
went, and I go to and they play music in the fucking grocery store. I shit you not. That's tailored to my situation.
Yeah.
By these cheesy, bands that I'd never heard of before.
Hmm.
And it was called "Another Sleepless Night" was the name of the song that was being played because I've been up all night because of what's going on.
That sure does make sense, doesn't it? How they do that.
And they, of course, they crowd me in the supermarket. It was a 2-mile drive from the place I'm staying at, and it's just like total, my quality of life is so bad, I can't even drive 2 miles to get something to eat and go to the supermarket without going.
Where are you located at, if you don't mind me asking?
Northern California.
Oh yeah, it's bad there, dude. I just got back from California like a week ago. I was in the San Jose area.
Yeah, I'm in the Bay Area.
Okay, yeah, it's pretty freaking bad out there, dude.
It's bad all over the whole West Coast, tell you the truth.
Yeah, it was pretty bad when I was out there.
They're everywhere here.
I'm now living in Alabama, and it's really bad out here.
It doesn't matter where you are; they're everywhere.
How did you end up in
To be
Alabama?
honest.
I moved out here with family. My family moved out here due to a job. So I kind of followed behind them.
What's that
And
like,
they kind
Alabama?
of followed behind you, right?
Yeah, they've probably been following behind me for quite some time. It's okay out here. It's definitely a culture shock. Um,
Well,
but
I kind of
the
tend to look at it like the analogy, like a human centipede. Did you ever watch that movie, The Human Centipede, where the dude
yeah, right.
sews people's lips to the one dude in the front's ass, and then on and so on and
Yeah,
so on. And you have this trail of this human centipede of gang stalkers eating your shit all, wherever you go.
yeah, right.
Well, go ahead, sorry.
Pretty much. Yeah, it's okay out here. The targeting is pretty chaotic over here. I mean, because where I'm at, you have NASA, all that stuff out here. I'm like surrounded.
Yeah, I'm surrounded right here. I don't even have to leave my trailer park.
Yeah, right.
How long have you been targeted for?
Is that for you, her, or me?
Her.
That was for you, Christina. That was a question at you, Christina.
Oh, sorry, you guys. I didn't know my mic was muted. Since I want to say 2015, 16 is when it went over. Yeah.
Any
Um,
idea? Any
since
idea why?
Yeah, I think I got the gang stalking for about 2.5 years. Yeah, and that was pretty bad.
He asked, why did it start?
Um, Honestly, not really sure. Um, Not really sure.
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty
Not
sure
really sure.
why mine began, but
Um, yeah, I think mine's been going on for a long time, but
mhm.
honestly, there's no telling. It could be just because of who I am, uniqueness. Not really sure.
I, they don't ever really want you to know either.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
I just don't think
Yeah.
they. I don't think they care if they have a reason. To tell you the truth,
Yeah, to be honest with you, I agree.
they don't. They
I
don't need
agree.
one. They don't need a
Mm-mm.
reason.
No, I agree. I agree. These people are just downright evil.
They,
Wait, Scott, what happened to that one guy that was? I forget what his name is, but he was always had TII News or TI News.
that's Will.
Oh yeah,
He's still around. He might even show
yeah,
up in here. I don't know.
Does he have TI News? Is that
He
still
just
active?
changed his name. He's using that sock account.
yeah,
I mean, I don't blame somebody for using the sock account, but if they already, it isn't going to make it any different. They're still going to know who you are,
yeah, exactly.
no matter how many times you change your name.
Yep,
Yep, they're going
don't
to know who
care.
you are. It's not going to matter because they don't need that shit. That's not how they keep track of you.
Yeah,
They aren't really using the internet to track people. They're doing something entirely different than the internet.
yeah,
They may use it to for a means to an end, but that's not how they're keeping tabs on you in the first place. It's
Yeah,
not your
exactly.
phone. It's not your phone. It's not your computer. They're keeping tabs on you,
Yeah.
your physical body.
Do you think they can read your mind and also
I'm sure of it.
and do
Oh, yeah.
mind control?
Now, as far as that mind control shit, we're making your body do shit like this, like a robot. No, I'm not down with them able to do that, but they are able to monitor and look at your thought process, your dreams, the images you see in your head. They're able to see what you're looking at through your eyes. They're able to hear everything you're hearing, everything you think.
Yeah, exactly. No,
That,
they do the most. These guys are ridiculous.
I know some people say that they make you see holograms, but it's not holograms.
Yeah,
They're not projecting something in front of your face. They're projecting
no,
it
it's
in. They're projecting it into
yeah,
here,
yeah,
so
it's
you think you're seeing shit.
broadcasting. Yeah, it's broadcasting.
They're using the brain computer interface to just directly connect to
Yep.
your cortex and make you see shit. They
Yeah.
They fuck with your dreams that way. They interfere with your thought process. Like if you're thinking about you want to do something, they're going to try and confuse you, right? Like if I decide to
Yeah.
sit down and start playing guitar, they're going to try and confuse me to do something else. Or
Yeah.
if you say you want to do something, they're going to into yourself, even
Yeah.
to yourself, they're gonna try and interfere with that shit using the brain computer interface. And if you don't believe that shit exists, it's everywhere now. There's fucking no. There's not a company you can't throw a fucking stone anymore in any direction without hitting a company that's working on brain computer interface and neural monitoring type technology. You can't fucking do it. They're every fucking where. Every single medical facility, right?
Remote
Every single
imaging.
medical facility has patient monitoring devices, which is a brain computer interface. They all have them, and they're using it in tandem with your EEG and EKG readouts. So once they have that, they have your fingerprint, and they can point you out wherever the fuck you are, wherever you are, whenever you are. Don't matter where you are. And they don't need a cell phone. They don't need a computer. They don't need a geo tracker on you. You're the fucking geo tracker. That's why when you're in a crowd of fucking 500 people and you're hearing the voices and no one else is, because they're pointing it right at you and only you. She knows.
Yeah, exactly.
She knows what I'm
Oh
talking
yeah.
about. She knows what the
Yeah.
fuck I'm
I
talking about.
definitely know.
Knows exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. A lot of people know.
Yeah.
See, that's the problem. A lot of fucking people know exactly what we're talking about. Edward Snowden, motherfucker, knows exactly what we're talking about.
Yeah, right.
He watched them fuckers using this shit. He's like, whoa, you're reading people's thoughts, motherfuckers, and he's saying we can do this, right? And that was 13 years ago. You don't think that they've got it so good now that it's like they're sitting there with a fucking remote control, leaning back in their couch, fucking flipping through channels of targets.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly.
I don't know what application they use, to cross all forms, whatever, or to interact with each other. Whether they use the device that they're interacting to fuck with you with each other. I know they pretty much do that, but I do know that they use Discord, they use Facebook, they use social media, to communicate, but they can use this shit too to talk to each other because they're not going to fuck with each other. They're not going to be trying to torture each other with it. right? They're gonna use it. They're gonna use it to benefit them.
What's this remote imaging?
I call it broadcasting.
Yeah, it's remote neural monitoring, brain computer interface,
Yeah.
neural neural interface, whatever you want to call it.
Hey,
Whatever
Matrix. Sorry about your car trouble,
whatever
dude.
name you want to call it, it all does the same shit. They're
Yeah.
invading your visual cortex, your neocortex, and they can see and hear everything that you think and everything you see and hear.
Yep.
And they can manipulate it. And the way they do that is like with me personally, with social cues and comments, you know, they'll say, oh, they'll talk about something like, you know, look at that horse or whatever. So you'll think about a horse
Yeah.
or shit, you
Yeah,
know, like that,
exactly. Yeah.
that kind of shit. Because you can't turn your brain off. You know what I mean? You can't.
Yeah.
If your brain gets an input, any kind of input, it acts on it.
Yeah,
Right?
exactly.
It doesn't discern between what's good or bad for you. Your brain's just all of a sudden, well, if you hear somebody say, you know, this person is an utter scumbag, your brain doesn't, you know, say, oh, well, that's, you know, that's, I'm not listening to that. I'm not going to react to that. I'm not going to think about that. You know, it does. It automatically processes it. It's not like you got a switcher or, you know, a router that you can say, oh, I'm going to turn these fuckers off for a while. I'm going to turn this connection off. You can't do it.
Yeah, right.
So even though you may not feel any kind of way, the words they use and some of the images that they force you to see will make you feel some kind of way, whether you like it or not.
Yeah, I get horrible dreams, just really awful
That's
dreams.
dream manipulation. Those are what I call dream movies. Those are data movies. That's not something you're actually, they're manipulating that shit. Like when you're first going to sleep and you're getting drowsy, right? That's when they like to fuck with you the most, because you're in between the conscious subconscious state, and
Yeah.
they can
Sleep
talk to
state.
you. They can talk to you, and your brain's going to reply.
Yeah.
Right? Your brain's going to reply regardless, and that's where they fuck with you the most, right? Right at the between the twilight of sleep,
Yeah.
when you're first laying down, because you're not actually in a theta wave state, dream state, or delta wave, whichever one. I think it's delta theta wave, but I'm not sure. I have to look at it again. I have to look at it again, but
I think it's theta.
yeah, I think it's when you're in between. Full, not, you're not full delta. You're not dreaming. You know, you're not having REM sleep, which is delta, but you're in between there. So you're halfway. You're half conscious, but half not. Right, and that's when they fuck with you, because that's when they understand that they can get the most interaction with you.
Yeah.
Because when you're conscious, you know, and they're sitting there talking to you, you're sitting there thinking, "Eat a dick," right?
Yeah, right.
I hate you, motherfucker. Go fuck a horse. That kind of shit. But when you're sleeping, when you're getting ready to go to sleep, you know, you're not doing that. You're not actively thinking, "Gotta hate this fucking piece of shit. Wish he'd leave me alone." You're not thinking that shit, and they're able to interact with you on a totally different level, if you get what I mean.
Yeah.
So that's where they're affecting you the most, is at night when you're sleeping, or in between sleep. And those dreams you're having, I don't know who they have you fucking, who they have you killing, whatever they got you doing, they're manipulating that shit. And something else I will tell you that they've done with me, they interject themselves into your dreams.
Yeah.
They put themselves in scenarios with you in your dreams that would seem like a real life scenario could have happened. But they do that. They do that every fucking night. Every night.
And these are this is a government organization that's doing this, correct?
I'm not. I am not a firm believer on that. Maybe this they have some kind of understanding with whoever is in charge, but they are not in charge. They're not they're not Congress, or you know what I mean. They're not who's pulling the main strings. These people are private companies that have some understanding, right, with the law or whoever, that we do this shit, we're doing this, and people pay us to do this to people, and they let them do it. But I wouldn't say that this is a government. I'm not going to go down that route. Say that this is a government mandated program. Now I'm not. I could be completely wrong, but let's just for the sake of argument talk about MK Ultra, right? It was a full scale government operation that they kept secret, but in plain sight, kind of just like this. But this is different. This is regular fucking people doing this shit. My neighbors, your neighbors, right? You can Google gang stalking jobs and get a fucking job being a gang stalker any fucking where in the world. I've proven that to a couple people. You just do a Google search and you'll find somewhere in your area where there's an urgent need for a stalker in your neighborhood for $18 to $24 an hour. And companies like, I've said it before, Nefarious, Revenge Inc., those type of companies that are, they're paid a nominal fee to ruin your fucking life. And they do it.
Well, I get a lot of police, fire, and EMT on my ass.
I can't doubt that. I mean, because I've seen that they're in cases interact
So
more
they're taking orders
with the gang
from
stalkers than the target. Yeah,
they're taking orders from somebody.
Yeah, to help
at
the
the government level.
To help the gang stalkers. Yes, I totally don't. I can't agree with that. I can't disagree with that.
So that's got to be some kind of investigation coming from the state attorney general's office. That's coming from the Department of Justice.
Well, from what I've understood
DHS.
through some research, now it's internet, so that research can be flawed. But for the most part, you're, for whatever reason, we're put on a list that you're not going to get off of. That for somebody paid somebody, right? That's part of this group, had and they're just they're going to harass you till they're done with you. And by done with you, I mean you're either dead or in jail or whatever.
Unbelievable.
Or fucking your life is going to be destroyed one way or another.
Yep, I know. It's terrible. What kind of life? Well, I guess the good thing is I had a good life up until this point, though.
Well, all I have to say about that is, regardless of your social standing, right? One day, you're going to be targeted. If you get what I mean. Because as long as they've done this, and we're talking a decade, 2 decades, whatever, however long, they're not just going to give up because, oh, well, we've ran out of people we think are targets, right? They're just going to pick more people. They're going to pick more people to do it to. They're going to invent some, just like they did with us, invent a reason to stalk, harass you, and destroy your life, and they're just going to do it. And it doesn't. And there's, there's no way to, reprimand them or exonerate yourself. There's, you can't turn it off, right? You can't pay the piper,
There's no hope.
No, there's like I said, just you can't reprimand them and you can't exonerate yourself. So it's gonna never end. Because when they're done with you, like they've done in my area, they've done it to 5 or 6 people I know around here, that those fuckers are dead now. So,
How did they die?
who's next? Are you? So you're next, right? So you better hope, if you're not being targeted, that I stay around a while. Me and Soperberger are around for a while for them to keep fucking with, because once they're done with us, they're going to come for you. You want to look at it. If you want to look at it through not rose-colored glasses, one day you're going to be the one fucking getting fucked over for it, because you did this and this and this, and you didn't help the motherfuckers that needed help. When it comes to you, who's going to help you? Yeah, this right here, the fake tinnitus, the ringing in the ear all the time, the whining, the constant. That's voice to skull technology, and that's them connected to your ass. You don't have to see the proof. If you're targeted, you're on that list, Rose. You don't have to see proof of that list. If you're being targeted, you're on that list.
They're not going to show the list.
It is like a list that they fill out and hand around to everybody. Okay, all these people are on this fucking list. It's not like they're going to have a document that you can go and ask them to present you. You're not going to see that.
It's classified.
You're not going to see it. You're not going to get to see that list, even though you're on it. Just saying. But if you're being targeted, you're definitely on that list. And there ain't no getting off of it. And I think that's by design. There is a list that isn't a list, so you can't get removed from it. What channels do you go through to get removed from a list that there's no documentation of? Right? That you can't, walk into a courthouse and say, hey, I'm petitioning to be taken off of this watch list. Well, we don't know what list you're talking about. They do, but they don't. They know exactly what list you're talking about. There's no list for them to show you, because you're a target. And I can tell you this: if you want to find out if you're on the gang stalkers list, go to Google and Google search gang stalking jobs and try and get hired on as a gang stalker. There ain't no way you're ever going to do it, because you're a target.
Didn't they offer to remove you as a target if you work for them?
Oh well, yeah, like my wife said, they've accosted me with join us and we won't be targeting you anymore, more than once, like half a dozen times. And of course, I'm not going to do that. I'm Luke Skywalker. Fuck you. I'll never join you, Darth Vader. But I guess if you want off that list, I guess you have to become a gang stalker. So I guess you have to be the asshole that they are to get off the list of assholes. I guess. Because like I said, they've told me, oh yeah, you join us. We want you to join us, blah blah blah. And I'm like, no, you gotta be fucking crazy. I wouldn't do this shit to people. I wouldn't do this to anybody. I was a juror. I did jury duty. I'm not on a no-fly list like you're saying. No, I did jury duty. I even brought up that I was being gang stalked to the judge, saying, you know, with this technology that they're using, this brain computer interface tech, and I brought it all up. They're using this brain computer interface technology. They're watching everything that's going on in here through my eyes. And it flat out says before you walk in the courthouse, it's illegal to record on any device. And, you know, in a courthouse, video, audio, or otherwise. And these fuckers are doing it all. Shit, you know, they're looking at what you're looking at and who you're listening to. They hear and see everything. And when I said that, the judge kind of got the look on his face like, oh, will that affect your decision making if you're picked as a juror? And I said, he said, well, will it distract you? And I said, well, it's always distracting. Because I mean, if you had someone talking to you 24 hours a day, would you be distracted? Of course so. What do you disagree with? That you're not on a list? What I I guess you don't have to believe it. I mean, I'm not saying you have to believe it, but logically speaking, if you're targeted, you're on the list of targets. Your name is being handed around between gang stalkers because you're targeted. That's what I mean by a list. I don't mean that like I was saying, they have a document that they're passing around between each other. They might, but you're not going to see it. You're not going to see it. What do you think, Silverberg?
Yeah, I think I think it's a classified list, you know.
Yeah. Well, that's what I mean. It's a list. It's a list you're not going to be privy to, no matter what. And if it's not supposed to exist in the first place, they're not going to give you any kind of way to petition to be taken off of it. I mean, because then they would have to recognize that there's a list. And that's just it. They don't want to recognize that there's a list that you can't be taken off of.
Blacklist. Somebody said once you go black, you never come back.
You are blacklisted. That's pretty much. Yeah. I mean, it's an unwritten list. You get what I mean? It's not a paper list. Okay. That's why I'm saying you can't be taken off of the list because it's not a document. It's just a bunch of shitty people that are all after you because the others are after you, and they relate to them. Hey, this person is a target. We're targeting them. You should too. Blah blah blah. Simple as that.
Okay, there was a comment on here from Rose, and she says that she doesn't think she's on the list. Okay, well, I mean,
that's who I'm talking to about. That's what I'm talking to. That's who I'm talking to about.
Okay, but so if she doesn't think she's on a list, is she experiencing? Is she having experiences with gang stalking or any of that stuff? I mean, What's her point?
She's targeted. She just doesn't believe she's on a list. But,
Is she getting
I mean,
harassed?
what?
Is she getting harassed or something, or what?
I don't know. I guess she could come up here and talk if she wants.
Why don't you join us and
You need a link, Rose, to come up here? You want to come up and talk? There's a link if you want to come up and chat. I guess Silverberg has a couple questions he'd like to ask me. Or not. It's it's up to you. You're not obligated to come up here and be grilled. I don't think we're gonna grill you.
Yeah, I mean, you can put your. You don't have to show your face. You don't have to show your face. You can just put that icon on.
But if you don't want to, it's understandable. I mean, you've been on here before. It's not like I know you're not afraid to come on. It's just maybe you don't feel like coming on today. You might be busy. It's all right. Either way. Oh, give her a couple minutes. She says she's not set up. Doesn't have a microphone or shit going, I guess. But here I'll just do something. I'm just gonna do a simple Google search. I just did a Google search about list of targeted individuals, and there's a couple things that come up, but a lot of things are coming up, but I'm not really getting to a list. It just keeps leading me to different searches. So I don't know. I don't really know. Hello, Mr. Bartholomew. How are you today?
Pretty good, Scott. How you doing?
I'm all right.
Good.
Same shit, different day.
Yeah.
You know the drill.
Well,
Life of a fucking target.
I live in a small town, and
it don't matter, does it, dude?
Yeah, once I did a testimony, right, with Roy Ecups.
Welcome, Rose. Yeah, you did testimony.
And ever since then, I haven't seen the people that were involved, because I think that the trauma part's over. It doesn't do anything to me.
Yeah.
But
they're not street theatering you and shit, right?
Yeah, I go for
they're
a
not
walk.
Really doing that to me anymore either.
No, not they did. I didn't even notice it in the beginning because the V2K was freaking me out.
Yeah, the V2K is the worst of it.
I think they did more street theater than I even noticed, but I was so, losing my shit at the time.
With me, they like to stand out like the house over and group up in a little group of 2 or 3 and point their speech towards my window here. You know what I mean? They still do that shit.
Yeah.
They still pull that shit, but yeah. But continue.
Well, Silverberg, he might be onto something too. I wouldn't doubt if it is local law enforcement and stuff involved. I've had the cops all over me. I don't know why. But
right. Well, I'm not saying they're not involved. I'm just saying that they're not all that's involved.
I think DARPA and the NSA designed this technology so long ago, and they've had programs going since the Stasi, and they've perfected it, haven't they?
Oh,
we can't prove shit.
You can't stop them, and you can't find it, right?
It's like, if I'm on a list, I could care less because none of my friends are going to see it,
Yeah.
or anybody that I care that I respect.
Well, knowing you're on the list isn't going to make a difference in the first place.
No, that's targeted justice that's coming up with that. I mean,
if you're on the list and it's a list that you can't get yourself removed from, it doesn't matter that you know you're on it.
yeah.
Um,
But if
Haven't they tried to get in touch with your friends and coerce your friends into firing
they'll
against
do
you?
that.
I lost all my friends during this process.
They do that.
Smear campaign. I'm
Yeah,
sure. I got the treatment, but I think I was distracted. And now I don't let that get to me. I could care less. Pull out a circus in front of me. I got a guy on a motorcycle. When I go for a walk, he goes up and down the road, and then even stopped the other day. But what?
Same person?
Yeah. And
Usually
every
the
time,
same person.
yeah, I live in a small town, so the chances of me going out the front door too lately are, not too high. And he just happens to be on the road when I go.
Just all of a sudden happens to be there.
And he pulled over and he was playing with his gloves and shit right next to me on my walk, on the side of yeah. I don't know. It doesn't bother me. I laugh at it, if anything.
Well, it's just the intent is to try and get you to I don't know, interact or whatever. I don't know. I don't. Yeah, they want you to respond or something. I don't care. But they just fucking
psychological based trauma program. Dr. Giordano. You go on YouTube, Mad Scientist, 2007.
Yeah. No, I haven't. But what about it?
So admits this technology exists. That people don't believe us, but all they got to do is watch some of his videos. He's admitting it that DARPA designed this.
Well, the people that say they don't believe it exists or it doesn't exist are most likely people part of this shit.
Could be.
Because if they're really adamant saying, "Oh, you're not being gang stalked. It couldn't be possible. Why would anybody stalk you?" That is a fucking perp. Period.
Yeah.
I don't even have to question that shit. That's what I'm saying. You got to be able to first identify the perp, and that's pretty fucking obviously a perp saying, "Oh, nobody would stalk you. Why would anybody want to stalk you? Or you're not important." And it's always the same fucking sentences, right? "Oh, you're schizo. You're not important. Why would anybody stalk you?" Exact words, right? Always the same.
Yeah, they say that.
No one's looking. No one's after you. There's no one's stalking you. Gang stalking doesn't exist. That's the meaning.
You're not that important.
But
what about the 1.6 million people around the world? A lot of them had their life together. No, nothing hereditary as far as psychological disorders, any of that.
Well,
yeah, we got the evidence, but
there's who you were asking about earlier, Silverberg.
Oh, hi, Rose.
No, right here. You were asking about this guy.
Okay.
He's still here. He was asking about you, Will. It's not like he's trying to hide who he is, so I'm not.
No, I'm just asking about if
the
Rose was still around.
But now that Rose is here, you can ask her your question if you want. If she's wanting to talk to you now.
Rose, are you there?
Are you near the microphone, Rose?
Somebody's driving. I can hear it.
Yeah, but I'm not on YouTube.
Well, you're a different one. That's a different Rose, okay? It's another Rose. My wife's name is Rose also. So she's
She says she's on now.
She's being sarcastic in the background.
She's being sarcastic in the background. Well, go ahead and talk for a minute. I have to. I'll be right back.
So how long you been a target, Silverberg?
I think I've been monitored for about 12 years, and I've been.
Do you got V2K and all that?
No, I don't get that too much. I just get gang stalked all over the place.
Yeah, see, you're in that group.
Yeah, it's nonstop. It's I get harassed, veiled death threats on phone calls and text messages, and then I get followed everywhere I go.
So you probably follow David Morrow?
I have seen some of his stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't deal with technology either. He's just stalking. But he was on that TV show, so.
What TV show was he on?
He does have a reason to be targeted. What was it, Discovery or something? Something in Arkansas, I believe. The fish started dying in the creek or whatever.
Oh, okay, that's right. Yeah, I remember
Yeah,
hearing something about that.
he did
And
a testimony with Roy.
You did a testimony with Roy.
I did too, and so did David.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's how I say you validate your TI, people, at least for Facebook. Now you know I'm a real TI.
Oh, Rose dropped off then? What happened?
I don't know.
She fell off, I guess. I heard you saying something about the number of TIs, the 1.6 million. I came up with 1.9 million targets and 5.9 million minimum gang stalkers worldwide, and I did that using the list of targeted individuals that have identified themselves around the world, and multiplied that by plus or minus 10, and I came up with 1.9 something million targets and 5.9 million gang stalkers worldwide. And that's a small amount. That's a small estimate. That is only 1% of the population.
I've had this dormant before, so how many people have it don't even realize it?
Well, that's why I said plus or minus, 10.
Yeah.
Because 1 in 10 won't even know it's happening, and then
There's people in
4
prison with
in
this.
10 won't talk about it. So right? So
there's a lot of people in prison and psych wards,
Oh.
And imagine how many people have died, when it was first introduced to them.
Well, that's why I call them serial killers, because they're killing people in the same manner over and over and getting away with it.
Definitely.
That's what a serial killer does. And it's even worse when it's a massive group of serial killers. I think something's wrong with your microphone, Silverberg.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah. You've been talking, haven't you?
No, I haven't.
Oh, it was making some crinkly noises like you were eating potato chips or something.
No, sir.
Holy shit. So you were in the Navy too, huh?
Who, me?
And he's Silverberg's a vet, Scott's a vet. Jesus, man. Yeah.
Well, I was in the Navy long enough to go to my AT school, and then I got out on a medical discharge under honorable circumstances.
Right on.
So I did never spend any time on a boat or nothing like that. I wanted to work on jets. That was what I was there for. That was my AT school. But it didn't happen. So
Yeah, this program doesn't discriminate.
no,
People doing.
that's what I was talking about earlier. When they're done with us, they're going to need new targets, and they don't discriminate. They don't discriminate for your race, their sexual orientation, your age, your wealth. It don't matter. They're gonna if they don't have to have a reason. Um, there's quite a few credible people that they target, right? Not just average fucking idiots like you and me, you know.
I heard there's some big names in Hollywood.
So
But they're not going to tell us.
if you think you're immune because you're rich or because you're a nobody, it ain't gonna happen. You're just as it's equal. They're like equal opportunity racists. They hate everybody fucking equally.
Do you think it's a DNA frequency? Do you
I'm
use your DNA or what?
I'm certain it is. It has to do with your the EMF that your body broadcasts, which is a person's fingerprint. Everybody's is different. Everybody's brain.
Yeah.
Everybody's EMF that their brain is constantly transmitting or receiving, right? And it's constantly transmitting and receiving,
Constantly.
Right? So you're constantly beaming out like your cell phone. Here I am, here I am, here I am, 24/7. So it's not like they don't have to look for you. You're saying you're here. Your brain, the electromagnetic field your body is putting off is telling them, here I am. It's like, like when Snowden says, just because your cell phone's off doesn't mean it's not sitting there saying to this closest cell tower, here I am, I'm off, but I'm still here, I'm right here. Your brain is doing that shit. Your body, everyone's, and it's all different. Your fingerprint. That's not pseudoscience, okay? That's real shit.
Yeah, so
it's real.
With that being said, everyone talking about, oh, the vaccine makes it happen, this and that, but think about how many people got COVID tests, and then you put your name and your social and all that and your information on there. That's DNA.
Yeah. But yeah.
Go to the clinic.
I'm not saying you might not be implanted. I mean,
I don't think I am.
But
when I first found out I was a TI,
I'm saying for a fact you don't have to be.
Yeah, I don't think you do either. I mean, I think TSA would have freaked out or something when I went through.
Well, it's like I was saying. You're like I was saying.
Yeah.
You're beaming out your location 24 hours, no matter what.
Yep. No escape.
Whether you want to or not.
I've gone in the swimming pool. I might check out these caves because one guy had seen he posted it helped a little bit for the day.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Go live in fucking Carlsbad Caverns and live in the bottom of a fucking cave or something, right, to get away from it.
But
if that would even do it, because microwaves go through everything.
I've gotten used to it. I don't need to bug out, but
I'm not going to bug out. They've tried to make me bug out for years now. They've been trying to make me move, but it ain't happening. The enemy versus the enemy you don't. Right?
That's true. This is a tricky program. You can't even. I mean, they got it every corner you look. You know what I mean? You've been a TI longer than I have, probably. So
maybe.
Yeah, I'm going on what 19 months with V2K.
Yeah, you're still. For like the first year they called me a baby.
Yeah,
oh, he's a baby. He's a baby TI.
I was an easy target.
Yeah, baby target. Yeah. But I don't know when they promote you out of the baby target.
It's
for
just
them.
how much you let it get to you is what it is. That's what it's going to come down to for anybody.
Yeah.
If you let it get to you, then they're going to keep ramping it up on you.
Oh yeah. If I go like several days where I won't even recognize that they're there. I won't fucking ignore all their shit, or whatever.
Yeah.
And then
Can't
one
even
day,
notice the tinnitus.
then one day I'll say something like, fuck your mother or whatever, some to myself, about fucking gang stalkers or whatever, some fuck you assholes. And they'll start up again for, a few days, get hardcore again for a few days. Or I'll say something that, or think something in my head that really hurts their feelings. You know what I mean? And they gotta reprimand you for that.
I don't even pay attention to it. It's the best thing I found.
I try not to.
Yeah.
But I don't see a point. I mean, in coming on here and complaining about, oh hell, they were like where they were shooting me with dudes in the face the other day, or like, or my stomach and my wherever the fuck they were doing their shit, right?
Yeah.
I understand some people do that. I don't blame them, but I'm not going to give them the satisfaction. I'm not going to get on here and say, oh, they're hurting me
winning.
every day. Oh, I'm in pain. I'm not going to
They're
get up
winning.
and cry every day. I'm not going to do that shit.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do it.
Can't let them know they're winning.
I'm not going to give those punk ass pieces of shit that satisfaction.
That's what it's
I'm not
about.
going to do it. What?
I mean, that's what it's about. Accepting it, I guess, and then just
well, you can't. It's not like we could stop it. If we could, we would. So it's like
Did you get suicidal for a while? Did you go through that stage?
No.
Because you realized it was forever. Fucking
no.
Nice.
That just heightened my resolve to want to fuck them up the ass.
It didn't last long, but it was there, man. Jesus Christ.
It happened with me.
Did it?
I mean, yeah, you get depressed. I'm not saying I'm not depressed. Fucking, WellCare called me the other day and was asking me if I was feeling depressed or if I was worried about somebody going to hurt me or whatever. And I said, well, about that. And I said, it's a long story and I'm not going to talk to you about it over the phone because, I'm not going to sit there and talk for fucking 2 hours about, that my neighbors and people on fucking the internet and V2K and remote normal. I'm not going to fucking sit there and tell this motherfucker all that shit. I'm not going to. I just said, well, let's say I have bad days and I have good days. That was where I left it at.
It's the best thing to do is just not even tell people that don't have anything, that aren't.
Well, because, yeah, I just
it sucks. It's hard not to, but.
Well, yeah. Well, you can't not tell people. It's just like
it comes out, and especially
because
when you're under remote.
When you don't, they get worse. Mm-hmm. They realize, oh, he's not gonna, he's not gonna make our presence known, right? That's why I do what I do. I record the V2K on my tablet. I haven't done it in a while, but I did it the other day just because they wouldn't shut up. But I haven't been really spending a lot of time focusing on the research anymore. I know all I need to know about it right now. I know what they do. I know how they do it. I know why they do it. I know it's real. You ain't gonna fucking ever tell me it isn't. So I don't need to understand it anymore. I just need to find the way to stop it. And that's the hardest part.
Yeah.
I don't need to understand that I'm being gang stalked. I don't need to understand that they're using technology. I don't need to understand anymore that they're not fucking aliens, they're not fucking witches, they're not demons, they're not this and that. That it's just shitty people. I know that. I learned that early on. But they're using technology to fuck with people. And we just have to get other people to understand that. And telling people witches and demons and fucking aliens and shit is not gonna do it.
No.
It's not gonna help your case talking about fucking witches and demons and aliens. Okay? When it's just
When
fucking
there's
people.
military design brain to interface computer
when it is nothing like that. You're making yourself look like a fucking nut
yeah.
job. So
And
just whatever.
Signal intelligence has been around since 1940s minimum.
They've been able to do neural interface since the 70s.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, literal neural interface, not put an electrode on your fucking head and see some little dots on the screen. They could fucking do this shit. So they've been doing this shit for fucking 40 or 50 years, but you gotta prove it.
Those are the TIs I feel bad for, because at least I have Havana syndrome. Those people didn't have anybody, any examples really.
When
early TIs,
when you're relatively new, right, and you don't have a clue what the fuck these voices are that these fuckers are screaming at you, right, and no one else hears it, and that all of a sudden it seems like everybody's looking at you funny. You know what I mean? Just all of a sudden, like one day, right?
Yeah.
It's a lot to take in, and then you're going to spend 4 or 6 months or a year trying to figure out what the fuck is going on in the first place. For the first 3 or 4 months, I didn't know what targeting was, right?
Took me a year.
Gang stalking was, and then finally come across, oh, this is what's going. They're talking about gang stalking. I'm like, well, that's what's happening to me, motherfucker. And then so that set me off to on my research trail and finding out what these fuckers are doing and how they're doing it.
It's a long road too.
Yeah, it is.
Because you think somebody has a Ravenclaw next door.
Fucking Hufflepuff is over there with his fucking Oculus Paris, motherfucker. Fuck you, your neighbor, right? Right, but no.
Yeah, you can't react to it.
But in general, let me just ask you this. I ask this of a lot of people. Do you think your neighbors are doing it?
Nope.
You don't? Okay.
Nah, but I'll see my neighbor come over and try
to
piss me off, but I don't think that has anything to do with this technology.
Yeah, well,
but maybe
are they instigating shit with you? That's just
well, her husband works for the state of Alaska, so he does see a law enforcement and shit. He could have contact with them.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't. Other than that, because I left and I came back,
Well, see
I found out I was a TI. And I've never seen him smoke a cigarette in his life. He's pretty healthy. And he's out there smoking a cigarette all stressed out about something. And I happened to just come back to town,
Well, that differs across the board. Some people say, oh, it's my family doing it. Or some people say, oh, it's the military. Or some people say, oh, it's the neighbors, right? Or some people say it's the cops. It's just like.
I'm friends with people on Twitter that don't even believe in gang stalking, organized stalking. Just the technology part. If you got the technology, then they're not saying there's not organized stalking, but that's all they need is that technology in you, and that's enough to make you paranoid, think everything's going on.
Well, the technology can be used to make you make it appear that someone is talking that isn't, right?
There's that.
They're able to use other people's voices, people from your past. I mean, they've talked shit to me in my dead sister's voice.
Yep. Oh, right? I believe it. They can voice more. And stuff. I think they can voice. They can voice more your memory file in your head.
That's what I mean. They get the voices out of your head, and then there they got it. They got a little snippet, and then they use the voice machine or voice changer, whatever the fuck it is, that the AI that will emanate a person talking. and
Yeah.
use their voice, and you can't discern the difference because it's their voice, and they got it right out of here.
It's
Anybody
crazy.
you've heard,
I know they did.
there's the only place they couldn't have got it because she's been dead for years. They couldn't have got her anywhere else.
I hadn't talked to a friend in years, and they imitated his voice.
That's what I'm
Even-
saying. So
Even made him sound a little bit older, and put me in a situation. I thought that if I had to do something to get the shit to turn off, you know, in the beginning.
yeah.
Yep. And I was like, I
But
haven't talked to that motherfucker at all, and I can hear his voice in my head. What the hell, you know? Like, it's been years since I've talked to him.
I've seen a few people trying to make jammers and stuff, right? And
Yeah.
devices to stop this, but I haven't seen those people for a few now, but one person over in the UK, TI Help, D Howlett was making equipment to block the shit, and seemed like she was having success, but still, you know, they were targeting her so bad that she was talking about moving. So I don't know, maybe they moved, and I haven't seen anything from. But then there's other people that, you know, they'll wrap themselves in fucking tinfoil and put fucking
Doesn't work.
armor on and shit, and wrap their goddamn house in tinfoil, and it ain't helping. So take that shit down. It ain't doing any good. You just make yourself look nuts.
Water works better.
Water. Well, see, that's the thing with me is when I'm taking a shower, they piggyback that V2K shit off the water sounds.
Yeah. It takes away your tinnitus though. When you get the water in your ear.
Yeah.
I was scared to get shocked at first. Even though I had been taking showers before that and getting my ears wet, but then I was like, oh, I got electricity, you know, in the beginning, and then finally went swimming, and then I realized I think salt water is going to be the best thing to heal my ass up in the summertime.
Yeah. For the most part, I don't think I don't think we're ever going to get any help from government.
No,
Ever.
they're probably the ones.
I mean, I'm absolutely sure they know all about this shit.
They know everything.
There's no way they can't. But they sure as fuck put their head under a rock when you try and, you know, bring it up about to them. Like if you go to the police station, right, and you go in there and say you're having a problem. No, when I first was going in there and the second you mentioned gang stalking, it's like the person just, I'm not listening anymore. You know what I mean? Just like instant demeanor change, instant attitude change.
Definitely.
And they're not listening anymore.
I try to report remote neural monitoring and V2K, and the
Not
dude
gonna
just
happen.
look. You know, it's not like they took out a incident report form or anything. Called the FBI. The lady hung up on me. That's pretty common.
I called the FBI. They didn't hang up on me, but they ended the call shortly. Called the CIA.
Yeah.
Went to the NSA website. I figured I would get some kind of reaction at least out of the NSA because they know this shit. They definitely had a hand in, you know,
They were right there.
Using this shit. So,
they were right there with DARPA in the beginning.
I mean, so definitely they'd want to know who's got it and who's using it.
The signal intelligence.
But
they can relay you off. I bet they can off a satellite.
Yeah,
detection, right?
Huh?
You wouldn't want somebody to be able to detect that from a satellite. I don't know.
I just I don't know. The problem I have is that you know these are supposed to be entities that are slated with protecting our country and our citizens, but
Shit.
you know that this shit is everywhere. It's not like it's it's localized and it's a cell. They're fucking everywhere doing this shit. So
Like any other TI, it just wakes your ass up to what's really going on. You finally,
yeah, but that is what it takes. It takes you being targeted pretty much to wake the fuck up to it.
to not be one of the sheeple.
Anybody can I've said here you can tell people to fucking try and hammer it home, but whatever you're talking about, that shit can happen, whatever. But it's like until one day all of a sudden they're like, hey, that stuff you were talking about, it's happening to somebody I know. See, motherfucker, see what I'm trying to tell you, and you ain't listening. But
I've been around other TIs, so I mean it's not that uncommon.
No, it's definitely not uncommon now, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I haven't really tried to trace back the roots of where it started, but I really have
There's a guy in
issue with Robert Duncan about his stance on being part of one of the engineers creating this shit, and not just coming out and saying, look, you motherfuckers, I helped you make this shit, and I know about it. Don't fucking pretend you're not using it, But he won't. He don't do that, and that's the only bone I have to pick with him about. But anyway,
a lot of other people have tried. Just the government's not going to do anything about it.
I just don't know. I mean, you had a Havana syndrome, right, with Cuba. Oh, they said they're going to do a big investigation, right? Blah blah blah.
Cuba and China.
But they said they're going to do a big investigation. We're looking into it.
Yeah, that's smokescreen.
Yeah, just to get people to shut up.
I don't even think the president knows about this shit, right?
I really don't know.
I don't think he even knows about it. This is.
If he does, it certainly isn't on top of his list to be.
Well, he's got to worry if it's. He's a pretty important guy. He's got to worry if it's inside of him.
Well, I've made a point to talk about that too. If it can happen to anybody, right? You ain't immune. whether you're wearing that fucking POTUS around your neck or not.
Honestly, I hope that everything's just being downloaded into a quantum computer and that nothing is happening.
I mean, they literally did attack people with it right near the White House. So, dude,
yeah,
give me a break. Fucking not national security. Get the fuck out of here, right? If they can glean any information out of your head they want, your whatever nuclear secrets, your fucking who's a spy, occupying what country right now? What CIA agents doing what?
Well, China probably sent a bunch of people in here with remote neural monitoring, spy on her, at their jobs, grab all that info.
It's just it's like how do you protect against that? I mean, so maybe that's the way they feel. We can't do anything to stop. Kind of like they do with UFOs. They can't stop the motherfuckers, so they just ignore it. They can't stop alien or whoever the fuck's flying these objects, right? So they just ignore it. They don't say, "Oh, we want to find out who." They don't make a hard effort. You get what I mean?
Yeah. So does a part of you kind of worry for other people that there's kind of a battle for our brains? Kind of scenario going on?
I have thought that this technology is going to be what causes the end of the earth. Yeah.
In a sense, Elon Musk has something that's supposed to help you, but the government's pretty
I'm sorry.
paranoid.
I don't trust that fucker, dude. Sorry.
Yeah, I hear you there, but you know what I mean? The
Yeah.
good side of it with this technology, I think the government's going to want to race for your brain, you know, and have control of you.
When he used to have his little shit up here in Burbank, I've been there. I went. I met him with one of his workers. And it was one night we were all drunk, but he was the only one that was left in the place. And he showed us the van they were working on, the electronic van, and he also showed us the rail car, the electric rail car they used that year. Then they won that year. They won the Pikes Peak Hill Climb. And I got to actually look at that. You know, I was there looking at the car. And he offered me a job. He said, I'd give you $6 an hour. I said, shit, I can't even drive from Long Beach to here on $6 an hour. You think I'm going to work for you for $6 an hour? You're fucking crazy. And this was Elon Musk.
Damn. That's crazy.
Yeah. But no, I don't trust that guy. Sorry.
Oh, yeah, I hear you. But he's trying to present, you know, his technologies to help you and stuff like that.
Well, that's the problem I have with somebody behind this has a shit ton of money, right? And
government
is able to get away with whatever the fuck they want. And he's already trying to make Neuralink, and you know, the implant kind, right? Well, yeah. I have no doubt in my mind he already knows you don't need no fucking implant for this shit to work. And that, you know, he knows what remote neural monitoring is.
Yeah, because all the TIs on Twitter posting everything. That's how he knows.
And like I don't trust him. I mean, as far as that goes. He didn't get rich being Mr. Wonderful, just let's say that.
Yeah, those lithium batteries are supposed to be pretty bad.
But
bad news anyways.
But when I met Mike, the guy working for him at Dimples, and the other guy I was talking to was somebody working on new contact lenses that would correct your vision. And we were all sitting there talking, and I was telling him about this idea I had for borrowing energy. And he said, "Oh, you want to meet my boss, right?" And so we all got in the car, and me, him, and the other guy and my wife went and got in the car. And well, actually, the other guy that did the contact lenses didn't come with us, but me and my wife went, and he went. And we went up to where he had his building. It was in the airport, Burbank Airport at the time. And this was like 2000. And we were all, Mike was really plastered. He was fucking drunk as shit. And, but yeah, like I said, I talked to him for, I don't know, half hour, 45 minutes. And told him about my idea, and he wanted to talk to me and work with me about it, and offered me a job. And I was like, not for that. I can't even eat with that. So whatever. But never saw him again. Never talked to him again, of course. But you know.
Yeah, I don't trust him either.
Then later on, he's, you know, super rich and all this other shit. Hey, Nick, been having issues with my car. I was going to go live tonight, but total failed day. Yeah, sometimes that happens. But I mean, I'm absolutely certain he knows that you don't, that, you know, they can do this shit without an implant. That the implant stuff is mainly for people that have a physical disability, right? Like a fucked up spine, so that they can send, send signals from your brain to the limbs to make those ones that don't work. But that they don't need the implant for that computer to connect to your brain. They need that implant to make the computer do something. To make the implant do something, right? They don't need the implant to connect to your head, but they do need it to connect to your body. But there, I don't trust the Pi phone. It's going to have the brain computer interface right in it. You can look that up yourself. His new idea for the Pi phone coming out.
Oh, I can see that.
Tesla Pi phone. You want me to look it up? Here, we'll show it to you.
Oh, I heard about it. Yeah.
Pi phone.
He's already got Starlink.
Pi phone. $3,600. Can you believe it?
Is it waterproof?
Oh, it's a Pi phone. It's
Jesus. It's $3,500.
Yeah, they say many believe that a Tesla Pi phone could connect to Musk's Starlink satellite internet service as well as use solar charging technology. Blah blah blah. But they're probably not going to say anything about it on this page. But when I watched the rollout of it, when he was how he does his rollout and he comes and presents shit, he was talking about the Pi phone, and then it would have a brain computer interface right in it. So you could control the phone with your mind.
That's right. He has been talking about that.
So if it can come out,
that's
in, motherfucker.
That's where I'm getting at is, the government's going to want control before he can get to you.
It's not a one-way world in that respect.
I think there's going to be a battle for people's brains.
Well, when I think about it, I think of the old movie Heavy Metal. Okay? Remember the movie Heavy Metal? Remember that song? Here we now, the coming of 1,000 psychic wars. Remember that?
I do. I remember that.
Well, that's what we're coming to.
It seems like it.
Well, it's synthetic telepathy. It's telepathy. They're able to talk to you in your fucking head using technology, right? So,
there goes your amendments, right?
Well, where's your privacy's gone, dude. If
you know what I mean?
When you can't guard your thoughts, your privacy is gone. Period. There's none. There is none. Right?
There's certain people I run into, I warn them about it. I don't even care if they don't believe me and they think I'm crazy. I just warn them.
Well, you warned them because one day they're gonna go, oh, that they're gonna say that crazy motherfucker was right.
Yep.
Right? But
seems like it.
But yeah,
more and more of us.
Well, because it's happening to more and more of us.
Exactly.
I mean, when the way I see it, when they're not fucking with me hard, right? They're fucking with someone else hard.
You know what I think about?
They can't do this without trying to torture you with it. They can't do it. They won't do it without trying to make you as miserable as they can.
Yeah, but I wonder if with Silverberg they don't have the technology in him, but he just doesn't know it, and that's how they can see where he's going to go and everything, because they can go idle on him too.
Well, they do that. They monitor you for a few years before they ever let you know they're monitoring you.
True.
I mean,
I was followed when I went on a trip once, blatantly by these two gentlemen. So,
but you weren't. But you did.
Upon
you weren't
arrival,
hearing V2K and shit at that time, right?
Nope. But I mean, that's one instance I look back and I go, damn, now that could be related to targeting.
Yeah, it is.
Eventually.
No
Yeah.
coincidences when it comes to that shit.
No, they blatantly followed my ass. I was like, oh shit.
Well, just like it says right down here. First off, perps make it obvious they are perps.
It seems like it.
The
ones I deal with.
Every one of them obvious, man. It's obvious as fuck that they're a perp. They don't hide it. They don't hide it with their words. They don't hide it with their demeanor, but they do hide it with other people around you. They don't hide it to you, but they're not, they're not going to act perpy while other people are around. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So my perps are, they work for, they got a construction company. So.
Well, see, it's a matter. I just don't think it matters who the person is or what their stature is.
If they are my perps, they just happen to be around. So
it's just there's just so many people involved in this shit that it's just ridiculous. There's so many people doing it.
Seems like it.
Well, you know what the old saying is.
I wasn't followed today, but there's this fucking blizzard out there, so maybe the gang stalkers couldn't get around.
Well, I know this. There's this saying that says, just because you're paranoid doesn't mean people aren't out to get you.
Yeah.
Right?
See, that's the point I've gotten to is paranoia is definitely not a problem, dude. I welcome it. Come within 6 feet,
Get in my bubble. Come into the bubble.
Come in.
The chopper.
Yeah. It's never like that. They never come close to contact with me,
Yeah. Get into the chopper.
It doesn't work anymore. Because it's such a small town, it's hard to just roll up and start doing street theater and shit. And I'm just gonna laugh,
Yeah.
We're past psychological trauma, so I think that's why they don't do this shit anymore.
Well, when I think about it, and lately with the shit they do, I mean, they still say the same shit. Oh, we hate you, we're gonna kill you, blah blah blah. But it's like, I'm like, God damn, is that fucking horse dead yet?
Oh yeah.
It's just like,
you talking about the V2K?
Over. Oh yeah, right now, all the
time. Really?
They're not really loud right now, but they're still doing it.
Shit. But, I told my computer to fuck off.
If you've heard any of my recordings that you can hear them in it. I mean, it is kind of staticky, but you do hear the person saying, fuck you, I'm going to kill you, and shit like that, all kinds of times and shit.
You're able to get it, huh? Damn.
Well, some of it. You want to hear some?
I don't care, but I probably won't be able to decipher it, though,
Well, I didn't say you will, but you'll hear the mumblings.
Damn.
Let's just give you some. I'll play the one I just did the other night. I haven't listened to it myself. And I just do it. I do them all. I just record them on this cheap tablet. Just got the microphone on the back. I don't ever connect this shit to the internet. I never, I don't use it for anything else but recording these fucking scumbags. Otherwise, it's paperweight.
I didn't know it worked like that. I thought you had to have some special microphone or something.
Well, Dr. Rainey Kilda says if you use a Blue Mouse microphone, you can catch it better.
Yeah.
But this is just a regular cardioid. This is just a regular cardioid mic.
I've never tried,
mic. It's not a cardioid condenser mic. Cardioid condenser mic works better, apparently.
Okay.
So this is just a regular condenser mic on an old piece of shit Endeavor 10 RCA laptop. Now there's a list of like all of the recordings I have of them. Like fucking 5,000 hours or whatever many fucking hours of videos.
You must hear something. I don't know why you would put that many hours in.
But I just let it go. I start it before I go to bed sometimes and just let it run and record. But hear anything or not. I don't know if we're going to hear anything in it. You have to give it a minute to quiet down. That's me moving around. You hear that? You hear the gurgling and the talking and all that shit?
It stopped. It stopped when you cough, and my V2K stops when I cough.
Yeah, well, that when you make a noise, it does it
Yeah.
overshadows it.
So I'm with you, man. I kind of hear something, man.
You hear those voices?
I do. So there's something going on in there. Huh. This is why when you coughed, it didn't have that background.
But
You ever watch?
that is what V2K sounds like to a
It
recording.
does.
To a recording.
Well, yeah, it's kind of like.
Now that's not what they're. You can't really understand that they're saying "fuck you, Scotty Schmear, I hate you, we're gonna kill you, we quit recording us, he's recording us again," that kind of shit, right? But like I said, I got hours of that shit, and it's all the same, all death threats, harassment, and all kinds of shit.
It's just a computer, man. It's just a chatterbot, I think.
Well, it may be, but they use the people.
It's still pretty
I know are the
derogatory.
perps. Yeah, they use their
voices and shit.
But see, it replies. They reply.
Yeah.
They reply to you. You speak. You thinking. If I'm sitting there thinking to myself, "Oh fuck, could you guys shut up?" And it's like, "Oh fuck you, Scotty Schmear, we're never going to shut up. Blah 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 blah. We're going to do this to you forever. Blah 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 blah." Right, all the time.
Aren't you sick of hearing your fucking name?
Oh yeah.
The V2K.
I'm sick of hearing Scotty. I'm sick of hearing Scotty. Hey Scotty, Scotty. Hey Scotty, answer me. Scotty, answer me. Motherfucker, I hate you. Scotty, answer me.
It's like a little kid, man.
Look
it's
at
just
this fucking
annoying.
3-year-old, right?
Yeah, it's like a little kid just fucking wants your attention all the time.
It's exactly it, and it's just it's constant, and it's constant, and it's constant.
It's like let's chatter it up.
That crap that you just heard is what I hear right now.
It could be, man.
Time.
When you coughed, it stopped.
But see, this negates a lot of their spiel with "you're schizophrenic, you're hearing voices." Yeah, I'm hearing voices that I can fucking record, asshole.
Yeah,
okay?
Well, some states you can get on disability, so they're only doing you a favor almost.
I'm already on disability, and it ain't from
there. You go. Yeah. I don't know.
But that was just like a minute and a half of it. I've got other videos where I've let it sit here and run for 2 hours, and you could actually hear it. I even caught them using RNM with it. I caught them live using remote neural monitoring when I'd be reading the chat, and what I'm reading is coming out of the recording that I recorded like 2 months before that.
Huh.
On that very tablet. It's coming, going from me to them back to my tablet.
Weird.
On a recording.
Huh. That's pretty weird.
So, but don't ever listen to the fuckhead saying, "Oh, you're schizophrenic because you're hearing the voices," right?
Oh, I don't care.
Those voices ain't coming from in here. They're coming from out there. They're coming from out there and being broadcast into you, beamed into you like you're a radio station.
Silverberg, do you know your gang stalkers? Any of them?
Do what?
Does Silverberg know any of his gang stalkers?
Are you still here, Silverberg? I think he fell asleep. Are you still here, Silverberg?
You could just leave that up all night, running live.
What? Oh,
Him sleeping.
I like I said, I have put my tablet on and let it run for sit here and didn't make any noise and let it run for 2 hours.
Well, I mean, you got it next to your head or what? How do you get the recording?
Huh?
It's just being beamed into your head. How do you get a recording with? You think it's
From the noise in here. It's in here.
It bounces off.
All I know is my tablet will record it. Yours will too. If you're getting V2K, yours will too.
Yeah. It's not like I'm gonna do anything with it.
House. It's being beamed where you're at.
Yeah. But it's not like I'm gonna get anything done with that recording, but yeah, just to do it.
Well, in reality, you are getting something done. You're proving that you're not hearing voices in your fucking head and you're not a nut job.
Yeah.
That's something right there.
It's hard to decipher audio. You're gonna have to.
Well, I've tried to do that. I tried to use audio Audacity or whatever and tried to clean it up some, but you can a little bit, but it's still real staticky. But there's parts I picked out, the whole sentence where, the threat or whatever. And actually, Will took some of my stuff and fucked with it one time and came up with, used a snippet and found some shit in it too.
There you go. Well, you're on to something, I guess.
Well,
I keep hearing that online, record it.
You can record it, dude.
Wow.
I've got hours of recorded of it.
I've never really tried.
Well, you could probably do it on your phone. I know that Home Slice has done it on his phone. Same shit. But I would really like to have a blue mouse to record it because I know it picks up more stuff. But I just haven't been able to afford to buy one. They're kind of expensive for a decent one.
Anything to do with targeting seems like it's Smitty, Faraday cage, all that shit.
Yeah. Well, those don't help. Just from seeing what people have done, right? I mean, like 007, she's got fucking blankets and shit up, right? Hanging up, mylar copper blankets and shit hanging up around her and shit. And there's
Did you hear about that?
He calls his channel synthetic or artificial telepathy, right? And he's dealing with the V2K R&M, and he's dressed up and he's got fucking like armor on, got a helmet on, tinfoil, got his fucking place all blacked out in tinfoil, and it still gets in. So it's like you're just wasting your fucking time with all that shit.
Scalar waves, yeah.
You can't.
Did you hear about Dr. Horton, 007?
Who?
007, supposedly your targeting stopped or something. Did you hear about that?
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
Maybe, but I don't believe it stopped.
I don't either, but I've never heard her say it, so I think people
I watch that gang stalking show sometimes, and I've heard Doug say, "Oh, my targeting stopped." Right? I've heard him say it before. And,
well, he says he has tinnitus, though.
Well, but the targeting
He's
didn't
been
stop.
a TI for a long time.
3 weeks later, he's doing another video. My gang stalking's bad again. It's not gonna. They don't stop. They just take a break from you, or they do something else to fuck with you, or like I said, when they're not fucking with you really hard, they're fucking with someone else.
Well,
like when they're not fucking with me, they're fucking with you. When they're not fucking with you, they're fucking with Silverberg. When they're not fucking with Silverberg, they're fucking with Will. When they're not fucking with Will, they're fucking with Christina.
Yeah, but the thing with Doug though is he said he's only heard like one voice once. And that's like, huh?
Well,
I don't know.
Abe said he never has heard V2K, and I'm like, how the hell can you voice an opinion on V2K if you've never experienced it? And he got really pissed at me and blocked me and shit. And I'm like, well, fuck you too. I'm just saying, bitch, you ain't experienced it, so how the fuck can you be an expert on this shit? You don't even know what the fuck you're talking about. But you know, but
That's funny.
I'm the asshole because I do experience it, and I can tell you don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Yeah. It's a little harsher.
But anyway,
If I had just remote neural monitoring, life would be a little easier.
well,
Like some people do, I guess.
I don't like the dream manipulation myself.
Yeah, I haven't had a dream since Thanksgiving of any kind. I'm kind of worried about that. Just totally took it away from me, man.
Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard other TIs kind of complain about that too.
What, that they took your dreams away from you?
That you don't even dream anymore. Like people would be like, 3 years I haven't had a dream. TIs.
Huh? They fuck with me every night, dude.
Damn.
Weirder, and the dreams get weirder, and the shit gets dumber.
Wow.
And it's always some.
I've almost had a heart
It's just
attack
some
for one.
bizarre shit. It ranges from
Yeah.
gay to bestiality to fucking aliens to fucking just whatever they can think of. Just fucking whatever crazy shit that they can come up with to
Damn.
throw together.
You got it worse than I do, man. It sounds like.
It
Sounds like your
doesn't matter. They got
It
no
sounds like
kind of.
your computer's meaner to you and than mine is. So I'll consider myself lucky.
Yeah, well,
Wow.
you're not any more lucky than I am if they're targeting you. You're just being
True.
targeted in a different way.
Yeah, well, mine
Yeah. That's
stopped.
kind of what I try to tell people. Even though if you're not experiencing V2K or you're not experiencing remote neural monitoring or you're only getting the street feed or you're only getting
Yeah.
the harassment or they're only fucking with your cyber on the internet here, right? With the groups of cyber scumbags. You've seen those, right?
Oh yeah.
The groups that'll fucking harass a motherfucker until it's just like he don't want to even fucking talk to him anymore, And that happens in the drama community like a motherfucker. I've been noticing true crime and drama. They're fucking horrible about their cliques, dude. They fucking got cliques of assholes that if you say the wrong thing to one, if you talk to somebody they don't like, you're ostracized by everybody. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just like fucking fuck you. So fine, I won't come to your place no more. I don't need to see your shit. But
Yeah.
Amber says if you look up V2K target on YT, a lot of news videos about it come up, even a statement from the CIA saying they were victims of it. Yeah, that's Havana syndrome you're talking about with the
Yeah, what is that?
what? What happened? Something sound like
You
it broke?
didn't hear that?
Gang stalker.
No. No, something happening outside. Really windy. I'll
Yeah.
have to go. I'll have to go outside for a minute. I'll be right back.
Sounds good.
I'll go see if that fence post fell down or whatever. I'll go look. I don't know. You heard a lot of noise, huh?
No, a boom. Maybe it was the wind.
No, I'm not seeing anything weird, just that.
Let the dog in.
No. Come on, Butter. Come on, Butter. Come on. Come here. Come on. Come on. Come here.
Look out.
Don't worry about it. Butter, listen to me when I'm talking to you. Sorry. Anyway, I don't know what it was. It might have been that blowing off. Uh-oh. You dropped, huh? Hey, back.
What's up?
Hi. No. Sunshade came off of the hook, but I didn't see anything.
Shit happens.
Oh, it's okay though. Dog needed to go out, do his business anyway. Really windy here today.
Same here. All day long.
Yeah, I know, huh? Well, like when she's talking about the CAA saying they were victims of it. Well, that was Havana syndrome in Cuba, but they talked about the microwave weapons and stuff. But you know, of course, they weren't being told that they were nuts, right? That nothing's happening to them, right?
They were hospitalized.
And they were hospitalized.
Compensation as well.
And got compensation, right?
That's what pisses us off.
Well,
I'll keep my mouth shut at this point.
Yeah.
You pay me enough money, shit. No one's gonna believe me anyway, so hey, I'll go
Well,
with
that's just
it.
it. They don't listen to us anyway,
Right?
I mean,
Yeah. That's why I'll take a payment, because no one wants to listen anyway.
they aren't gonna ever do that. That would mean they would have to recognize that something's actually happening to you. They don't want to recognize that anything's actually happening to you, because then they have to do something about it. Whether it be,
Yeah, go for it.
therapy, money, whatever, investigation. They don't want to do that part of it, the investigation part. Otherwise, they would have found something out for the people, that it affected near the White House, for the people that it affected in Cuba. They would have to do something about the diplomats and shit then. But there's one CIA agent guy that talks about how he's had it happening to him. He was in the CIA. And he was saying something about, at first he didn't want to talk about it, right? That it was happening for stigma. I mean, he's part of the CIA. It's not like you want somebody to say, "Oh, you're a CIA agent, but you're crazy." Right?
Well, you take an aptitude mental test to get in the CIA, right? So
Right. Well, you have to. Yeah, you have
you
to.
don't want to think that one of your agents cracked like that,
Hmm.
had a mental breakdown.
Yeah. But uh-oh. Oh, there it goes. Oh, my mouse was dying. My mouse is dying. I need to plug it in. Oh, I can't. I can't do it right now. Uh-oh. I don't have enough USBs open. But for the most part, I think I've said pretty much all I'm gonna say. How about you?
Yeah, I'll let you go, bud.
I think
I'll let you close her up.
we're gonna say
You
2
have a good
hours.
night.
2 hours and 50 minutes was plenty.
Yeah.
Um,
Thanks for your
but
time.
well, glad you came up. Thanks for coming up.
Yeah.
I know you said you've been on here once before. I think one time. I think, haven't you? One.
I tried, but then I lost speed, and I didn't know what you guys were talking
Yeah.
about. I lost track of the subject you were on with
Then
the
we lost
gal you were talking
Silverberg.
to.
He just kind of disappeared. So um, for that matter, I guess have a good night and keep your head up best you can dealing with this shit. That's all I can say. Everybody else out there, um, I guess be happy as long as they're fucking with me and guys like Scott Bartholomew and Silverberg and everybody else that's targeted, that you're safe for the moment until they decide to target you. But for that, I guess we can call that the end of this live. Have a good night.